Good day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my top 10 NRL games of 2021. There were plenty of games obviously throughout the 21 season. So look, I just want to say before I put this out, just because of criticism, these are my personal opinion. You guys might have a different opinion, so get commenting and just don't get offended if I thought that a game where your team may have lost and a lot of people probably wouldn't put it as an exciting game. I just think I've got a pretty good reason for most of the games. It was hard to get these games together and put them in order round by round, but I've got the 10 and we're ready to go. And guys, make sure you check out our sponsor, Drom Clothing, over on Instagram at Drom Clothing Co. and use code ENT15 so that you do get a little discount. But let's get straight into this. It's Monday, the 11th of October. It's my birthday eve. I'm pumped to turn 22 tomorrow. And we're going to be doing the top 10 NRL games of 2021 right now. Starting off is going to be my very own team. Now, some of these games I got to attend, not a lot though. So the first game is in round 2 and it was the Eels and the Storm. Now, the reason I've got this game in the top 10, a few personal reasons as well. The fact that it was my 100th NRL vlog on the channel. Obviously, a few of those videos have been taken down, but I won't speak about that now. But this video, it's still up. Sivo and Paulo. Fantastic game. Sivo obviously with the match winner after Justin Olam scores for the Storm to get them in the game. Both of these sides, great defence and little to no errors. It was raining, very poor conditions, and Parramatta at Bankwest against a pretty strong Melbourne Storm side, just without Harry Grant, who started off the season. And for Parramatta to respond to almost losing to the Brisbane Broncos in round 1, not a great performance there, and then beat the Melbourne Storm 16-12. And Moses' kicking game absolutely on. It was pretty good for the most part all year, but this was a game where it was very, very memorable, and I guess there's personal reasons as well, but the ball was held on to all night. Both teams were gritty. Para fans were just roaring at the stadium, and I think that the win against round 24 was pretty awesome, beating them by 12, 22-10, especially pretty much at full strength. But I just think at home, and I think the 100th vlog, there was a lot of influence around this decision. But I think Eels and Storm in round 2 deserves the spot in the top 10 NRL games of 2021, just even based on those conditions and how gritty these sides played. We knew how good footy was going to be when we saw this game. We move into the next round. This is definitely one of the games of the year in round 3 between the New Zealand Warriors and the Canberra Raiders. This game was at GIO Stadium and the Warriors were getting pumped, absolutely pumped, 25-6. I think at half time, maybe George Williams kicking a field goal before half time. I think it was 25 points to 6 and the Warriors looked all but gone. But I tell you what, the Warriors, they showed some of the best defence in that second half that I saw all year, and there was a try-saver right towards the end of the game. The Warriors fighting themselves back into the game, getting closer and closer. Then they score. I forget who scored the match winner, and then the Raiders attack and Rapana, but no, it's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, and Raiders lose the game 31-34. They have blown a 19-point lead in that game, but just a great game of footy to watch. And that one was following the round 2, so that was in round 3. Is going to be in round 6. We're going to skip a few rounds here, and I'm going to the Golden Point thriller between the West Tigers and the South Sydney Rabbitohs. If you're going off the way that these teams started the year and form, you probably had the Rabbitohs to beat the Tigers by about 20 or more points. But I had a feeling this will be a close game. I took Souths to win 1-12, but I've got to say, I was pretty lucky. Adam Reynolds with a 2-point field goal to send this game into extra time. If you haven't seen the ending, go and watch it. It's unbelievable. I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler warning. Turn the video off now or fast forward it just a little bit. But Tom Burgess with a try to win the game. Everyone thought it was a knock-on. Luke Brooks runs the field. Unforgettable. No decision made on field by the referee. The bunker went and checked everything, and the Rabbitohs awarded the victory off a try in Golden Point. We haven't seen it in a while, a Golden Point try. I love to see it. And the Tigers almost snatching victory off the Rabbits, but the Rabbits coming away the winners, 18 points to 14 in round 6. Great game. Now we're going to move into round 8, and I'm going to go with the Broncos and the Titans. The full-time score being 36 points to 28. Now let me talk about the Titans. They had a very good season overall, obviously playing finals football for the first time in a few years, and their attack looked very good. They had David Fafita, they had Brimson, and their attack to start this game looked so good. But at halftime, we were level 22-22. The Brisbane Broncos fighting hard. Really liked the aggressive moments from Tyson Gamble, and he was just getting himself very involved with this game. He's probably, I can't remember too much. You'd put him pretty close to man of the match, but Jermaine Asako with the boot, and I think 2 tries in the game. He was on fire. One of the best games I've seen him play in a long time. Now, I'm not going to say who big brother or little brother is, but I just thought it was a fantastic little brother versus big brother battle. The Titans have had the wood over the Broncos in recent years, especially there in Suncorp. And the Bronco, they fought hard to get a very well-earned victory. And I absolutely love watching this game. Even though I tipped the Gold Coast Titans to win it, it was just so good to watch. Just a great game of footy, perfect time on a Friday night. The club was full, the club was roaring. I can't wait to watch footy at the club again. But Broncos and Titans in round 8. Let's skip a few rounds here. We're going from round 8 to round number 14, and I'm going with the Gold Coast Titans and the Roosters. Now, I'm pretty sure I was heading to Canberra at the time of this game to watch the Raiders play, I think, Raiders versus Broncos with the Final Tackle podcast and CJ, and Clarkie's NRL column. And the Titans, they were so close to pulling off one of the greatest, if not the greatest NRL comeback ever. They went down in this game 35-34. When you lead 18-4 at halftime, you've got to feel pretty confident, but that's how the Roosters were feeling. And the Gold Coast Titans just wouldn't go away, staging one of the greatest potential comebacks. Ikavalu broke the hearts of Titans fans after Kevin Proctor scored a try to give the Gold Coast Titans a lead. And I think for this game, I think he's been great all year. And I think his consistency was great to get the award as well. But I think kicking the field goal here to win this game under so much pressure, young Sam Walker, in my opinion, secured the award of Rookie of the Year in round 14 in this Titans versus Roosters game. But I just remember Roosters with this huge lead. Out of nowhere, the Titans, they're coming back. There's no possible way. They're in front. And Titans fans would have been absolutely heartbroken by that Sam Walker field goal. But I just thought as a neutral, it was a fantastic game to watch. Quite a few Titans games in this list per se. Titans, once again, when these sides met earlier in the year, Manly absolutely thumped the Titans. This game was I think, wasn't it Dubbo? Maybe Wagga Wagga. But the Titans lost this game 24-56. Manly scoring 9 tries in the second half with their big 3, Gerbo, Turbo, Garrick and Saab absolutely on. I thought Tanela Paseka was absolutely awesome as well in this game. The Titans, now they were on a roll really early. They had a 24-8 lead at halftime. Jaden Campbell was playing some really good footy, scoring the first try of the match, but they conceded 9 tries to none in that second half. And look, I think I read into Manly a little bit too much after this game. I went, Manly's going to win the comp. I don't know, something happened. And I thought Paseka was absolutely fantastic. Didn't score a try off it, but one of the best runs from a forward in rugby league in recent years. We've seen how good Travojevic is. And for this Manly side to fight and come back from 24-8 down and score 56 crazy points in that second half, I thought was a great game. And I do apologise that those 3 games with the Titans all have them losing. That's just coincidence. Game is going to be round 16. We're going to round 16 here with the Warriors and the Dragons. Now, we know that the Warriors love to choke a lead, and that's exactly what happened here. I thought it was a classic choke from the Warriors, and the Dragons fought very hard for a victory. I actually thought this was a pretty good game overall. Corey Norman kicking a field goal to win the game in the 88th minute. A lot of drama around the Dragons after this. I think this was the game with the barbecue, but let me know if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was this game in round 16, now that I think about it, the 1-point win against the Warriors. And Cody Ramsey scoring a try on the siren to send this game into extra time. And then I think Norman missed the goal from the sideline, or it could have been Loman. No, it was Norman. It was Norman, I remember. And the Dragons kicking a field goal in the 88th minute, winning the game 19 points to 18. Very good victory from them. Very entertaining game. And the Dragons come away winners in a classic choke. This game, I don't think this one will be on many people's list, but I really enjoyed this game. It was round 21. We're going to skip 5 rounds here, and I'm going to the Roosters and the Panthers, also known as the Matt Burton Show. We've seen how classy and skillful Matt Burton is, but I'll tell you what, it was an awesome performance from him. He was absolutely the man of the match. With their star halfback Nathan Cleary missing, I feel like Burton really stood up, and it was just a great game to watch. The Roosters scored consecutive tries after being down by halftime, almost getting themselves back into the game. Both teams bashing each other really hard, and in the end, it was the Panthers running away with a well-earned victory. Unfortunately, it would have been 20-18 if it wasn't for Adam, or could have been, it would have been 20 all if Adam Curran had gotten all his goals, just 1 from 4 that afternoon. Very unfortunate for him, but the Penrith Panthers, without some of their stars, to win a game. Very impressive against the Roosters, who were playing some really good footy at this point in the season at round 21, but it was a great game from Matt Burton. Thoroughly enjoyed watching the Panthers win this one. I feel like I may have tipped the Roosters, but I can't remember who I tipped in round 21. Now, I have to put this game in here, guys, but I'm going to the finals week 2 between my Parramatta Eels and the Penrith Panthers. Absolutely brilliant. It's up there. It's up there for the actual game of the year, in my opinion. Now, this is from a Parramatta fan experiencing 3rd straight week 2 loss. We fought so hard, and Penrith played so decent. I thought their defence was pretty damn good, and that's what won them the comp. There was some questionable call going to both sides, more towards Penrith getting away with some things. We won't get into that, but both teams' defence very tough to break. Parramatta getting so close. I think Wanga Blake was the only try scorer in the match. It was a classic finals game, and just the fact that it's the Battle of the West, we've waited to see the Panthers and the Eel, who have been very consistent, both Parramatta and Penrith, in regards to top 8, top 6 sides in the past 2 or 3 seasons. So really enjoyed the game, and unfortunately we lost it 8 points to 6, but very good game nonetheless in week 2 of the final. Top 10 games of 2021 is going to be the Penrith Panthers defeating the Storm 10 points to 6. Very low scoring, grindy game. The Panthers were belting the Storm, and when I say belting, I don't mean they were flogging them by 40 points. They were smacking their bodies against each other. They were beating them in their kicking game and all aspects of rugby league. The Melbourne Storm, they broke a lot of NRL records, and they had a fantastic record-breaking season in 2021. The Penrith Panthers were lucky to be there, but I'll tell you what, their defence got them there, and we started to see that, even though a lot of people think that the trainer situation is what got Penrith over the line because of Parramatta's momentum, but Penrith fought hard to win it. They got the win in the end, and then they knocked off the Melbourne Storm, who had, as I mentioned, just a fantastic season. They did look really off their game, but I just think the fact that this game, even though I didn't enjoy the grand final as much as I thought I would between the two sides, the fact that this game set up the start of a Sydney grand final, 2 Sydney sides going against each other. Not many people had Rabbits and Panthers as the grand final, and I'll tell you what, for any league fan, it was an awesome win for the Panthers, but for any league fan to watch the Melbourne Storm go out in the final for the first time in a while, I guess 2019 the Roosters did it, but you just love to see it, and it happened again. So there you go, guys. Those are going to be my top 10 NRL games of 2021. Let me know if you think I've missed a game in the comments. Some honourable mention could include the Panthers versus Storm game in round 2. A fantastic game of footy there. Eels and Raiders was a good game throughout the season. The Cowboys played a few good games, one against the Sharks and one against the Warriors. They had some pretty close game. Manly against Parramatta for Tommy Radonigas's farewell, and just how good Bob Fulton's farewell, and just how good they played in that game. I guess that could be chucked in the equation. But let me know in the comments, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Tomorrow I'll be putting out round 1 2021 rumoured, so it's not official, rumoured draw, as well as my 2022 Magic, also 2022 Magic round, proposed Magic round if I was to choose Magic round. So I'm really looking forward for you guys to seeing that. And then on Thursday, the Penrith Panthers, the NRL rebuild returns. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.